is Chico Resch. You are listening to the Let's Go Devils podcast on the Primetime Radio Network.
Happy Devils Thursday. This is Devils After Dark, coming to you live from the Primetime Radio studios inside the bunker in an undisclosed location in beautiful New Jersey. And cross-continent to the Beverly Hills Michael J. Fox studios. It's Scotty of SiriusXM Liquid Metal, streaming live on Facebook Live, YouTube Live, X Live, Twitch, on the Let's Go Devils Network as the Devils lose to the Golden Knights tonight at the Rock, 3-1. Not happy, Scotty. Not happy. Like, my whole night, everything went wrong. Whether it was the Devils, whether it was in my personal life, whether it's anything, just nothing went my way till this podcast, because now I feel a little bit better.
Well, I mean, we only have 4 minutes, Sam Wu. Just only 4 minutes, though.
4 minutes?
4 minutes, because we're going to put the same amount of time and effort that the Devils put into this game tonight into this podcast. So 4 minutes only. 4 minutes only. That's
okay.
It. Yeah,
all right.
That's it. That's all. That's all we do.
Well, chop, Scotty. Get to it.
Chop, chop. Here we go. Yeah, that's it. A whopping 4 minutes. That's basically all the Devils played tonight. What a craptastic game going on over there at the Rock against the Vegas Golden Knights. The only saving grace of this game is that, thanks sweet Ozzy, Alexander Holtz didn't score a goal. He almost did. Got a good opportunity. But that would have been the beautiful icing on the cake, all right? What is this, game 56, 57 on the year? Somewhere around there. Siegenthaler is out. We know that. Nico Hischier has gone to the IR. Jacob Markstrom, obviously, out as well. So Simone Nemec gets his wish, and he gets called back up to the big club. Gets benched in the second period, but whatever. He's teamed up there with Luke Hughes. Yeah. You know, I have it right here. 60 minutes, boys. That didn't happen. Jack Hughes has been on a goal heater. Didn't continue tonight. He can't score every game. And the biggest thing is, watch out for the Vegas Girl Scouts, who we all know have a hit out on Sam Wu. That's why he couldn't be at the game tonight, because the Vegas Girl Scout troop was obviously sending threatening messages to Sam Wu all week. All week. It was just, don't show up, Wu. Don't want to see your face there, Wu. And there was like broken Thin Mint cookies like everywhere, just like scattered. You're like, this is your face, Wu.
Yep. I can confirm all that. And there was one threatening letter that said, we'll take the mint out of the junior.
Oh, good Lord.
Yeah. All confirmed.
Yes.
So now I'm in the witness protection program inside the bunker in an undisclosed location in beautiful New Jersey.
We are going for Sam Wu's safety here, because those Vegas Girl Scouts, you ever see that movie Airplane? Those two Girl Scouts, you know, just throw down in the bar, and that's like the Vegas Girl Scouts. They come out swinging.
Yeah. Don't mess around. It's like a little militia. I'm telling you. Like a tiny militia.
What was it when they were going to get the Sam Wu merit badge? Is that what Shorts guy said?
Oh, I know. There was a merit badge. Rumor has it there was a merit badge that says, whack Sam Wu. You know,
whack Sam Wu. Whack the Wu.
Yeah. Oh, that gave me a good laugh. This is like therapy right now. Yeah.
Well, we need it after this game. Man, what an absolute stinker of a night here. Except for, I got to say, Jake the Snake Allen played pretty damn well. Because this game probably could have been like 5-6-0. Oh, sorry, that was the game one at the end. 5-6-1 if it wasn't for Jake Allen standing on his head for the majority of the evening. Starting off in the first period, the big thing over there was Jack Hughes. You know, that Lady Bing has been kissed goodbye. Now he gets the double minor, high sticking, drawing the blood. Jack Hughes! What's going on? Accidental, trying to lift the stick. But double minor, and it was like, oh, wow, the Devils killed it off. Did a good job. Couple shot blocks, Brett Pesce, Jake Allen made some big saves. But really nothing after that. The majority of the play for the entire game was in the Devils zone. The Knights just had them shut down in the neutral zone. They had very little attack time. That was the big highlight of the first. In the second, not that much happens. Until I think it was Nemitz, right, who takes the shot that got blocked by someone's face on the Golden Knights, and no one knew where the puck went except for Nicholas Waugh, who was then screaming up the wing. Luke Hughes was trying to chase him back, and Waugh gets a shot away, and Jake Allen makes the save, but the puck bounces right back to Waugh's stick, and he just kind of swats at it. And I'm not sure, because I saw a couple replays. I'm not sure if I think the puck. I think Waugh hit it, but I think it might have also hit Luke's skate as well, because he was trying to stop. So he was in like that slide stop motion. It might have been Luke's skate, even hitting Waugh's stick, giving it even more force. It doesn't matter. Went through the wickets of Jake Allen. And that put the Vegas Golden Knights up 1-0. 1-0. And Vegas was just controlling the play. They were winning the puck battles. They were kind of moving it around however they want it. Behind the net. Bottom, low to top. It was just whatever they wanted to do. They were going out there and doing it. Vegas gets their second goal. Long range shot from who was it? Theodore, right? Looked like it might have been tipped, but it wasn't. It was just a low range. Shea Theodore, right? I say Theodore. I always get all these pronunciations wrong. Shea Theodore. Sorry, his 7th of the year at 11:18. By the way, the Waggle was at 3:09. But this is just a long-range shot. A little bit of traffic in front. Don't know if Jake Allen really saw it. And he had his angles played really well, but the puck kind of just was like skidding on the ice. And it was almost like the ice tipped it and maybe changed it a little bit out. And it just sneaks in that small, tiny little gap between Jake Allen's skate and the post. And 2-0. 2-0. But it feels like about 4 or 5-0 at that point, because the Knights have just been dominating. And then after that was Jake Allen saved the day, saved the game there in the second period. A massive save off of Waugh again. A little later on, an opportunity right in front. Waugh gets set up from behind the net. Nobody's on him. Jake Allen is way out in front. It was good play, good smart play. He's reading the play, cutting down those angles, but he's way out, and he initially goes down into the butterfly, and then he pops back up real quick as Waugh shoots the puck, and then, ooh, he kicks that leg out, and he makes a really, really big save to keep the Devils in it, even though Jake Allen was pretty much the only one who was playing tough tonight. Third period comes around, 4:06 into it, Jack Eichel gets a goal. A tip play. Noah Hannafin is just kind of skating right up the wing. No one's on him. Okay. So he gets to like the face-off circle, and he does one of those shot passes kind of on the diagonal, and Eichel is going right to the front there. Meets the puck at the perfect time. On his stick. Jake Allen is there to make the save, but no one's there to help out with the rebound or tie up Eichel's stick. And so Eichel's able to gobble up the rebound and put it through the 5-hole of Jake Allen. 3-0. Vegas Golden Knights. And then, excuse me. I meant to say 4 minutes and 17 seconds because at 15:43 of the third period, the Devils finally get a goal, a power play goal by Palat, his 12th of the year from Nason and Bratt. And I will say it was a pretty slick move, power play goal as well, PPG. It was a great pass, backhand pass. It might have a little been through the leg action from Stefan Nason behind the net. To Palat, who's at the side, and he just snuck it between the post and Aiden Hill there. Very, very little room for him to put it in there, but he somehow found a way, so he gets his 12th goal of the year. Too little, too late. There was another thing that Palat did a couple minutes later where there was a high shot coming from Dougie Hamilton, and Palat hit it with his stick. Unfortunately, his stick was up like this because the shot was so damn high. So it was an obvious high sticking. It went into the net. It went into the goal, obviously, but it was high sticking. Clear as day. Yeah. And that's about it. The Devils do not show up for this second to last game before a massive break. And I get it. Nico Heischer's not there. Markstrom's not there. Now, Siegenthaler is out. But that's this terrible. Nico Hischier isn't your entire offensive force. Siegenthaler isn't your in time to clear that rebound. The second rebound one with Eichel, one of the two defensemen or Eric Halla, who was supposed to be hurt until, 55 minutes and 17 seconds or whatever, or 43 seconds. This team needs a shakeup because ever since that break around Christmas, they were hot, and then they came back from the Christmas break, and it has been tough sludging since then. Have we gotten, I know we haven't had a 4-game win streak. I don't think we've even had a 3-game win streak since the beginning of the year or since the Christmas break. We may have. Well, I know we had a point streak. I don't know about a win streak. But no effort today whatsoever. I don't know, Sam Wu. This team, to me, feels like it is starting to plummet.
You know what it feels like?
What does it feel like?
It feels like, you know how normally you have like internet and then you got dial-up internet? It feels like dial-up internet right now.
Yeah.
You've got mail.
Yeah. Uh-oh, is my internet going? Is that what's going on here? I'm seeing some people.
Yeah, we were having. I think there's some. Worry, everybody. Well. If you're on AOL dial-up right now, you can get the podcasts on Google Podcasts, Apple. You know, it's okay.
From the game either, so I mean.
Oh yeah, we spared.
There wasn't much to recap because the Devils didn't do anything. So
I know. It's kind of like you're watching this podcast. It's kind of like that goal call back. It's like, I'm there. Anyway. Everything that could go wrong tonight went wrong. You know.
They didn't show up. They didn't show up at all. That's what it is.
Yeah, I thought Nemec sucked tonight. I was so over him a long time ago. Should have drafted Logan Cooley, Fitzy.
Oh man, it's his first game back up here.
He's the next Alexander Holtz. You better trade him when you can.
Oh boy, boy,
better trade him when you can. Thank God for Seamus Casey. Hopefully he gets healthy.
Oh, get well soon, Seamus.
Yeah. Get that Nemec out of here.
Sam Wu, is it just me? Like, am I off? Is it just the team going through a bad spell? Like, this is more than a bad spell. This has been going on since the Christmas break.
It's going on since the Christmas break, but it tells you how much Nico Hischier and Jonas Siegenthaler has covered up a lot of the crap that's been going on. I'm telling you, you could see. I'm not saying they haven't been playing well, but the injuries, what the injuries have done is it shows us the value of Nico and Jonas out of the lineup. Because I think oftentimes they're the unsung heroes that bails out the team where they're winning games during this funk when they shouldn't be winning games.
Question for you, because this is what I've been wondering all day today. Not all day, all game long when I was sitting here watching, sort of, because I got bored most of the time because there was nothing going on.
I took a nap in the middle of the game.
I was doing a little multitask, with the old work and everything like that, trying to catch up on some things. Been a little under the weather this week. So here's what I was wondering. And I think I already know the answer to this, but I'm going to ask Sam Wu, and I'm asking everyone, hello, YouTube, Facebook, and X and everything. Hello. What do you think? If Lou Lamoriello was still president and GM of the New Jersey Hockey Devils, would Sheldon Keefe almost be on his ass out of a job?
No.
Because they don't seem to be responding. It looks to me like this team is not responding and not ready to play. And Lou was not one to sit around and wait. And was more than happy to hop behind the bench and
not with the 5-year contract. He signed a 5-year contract. You don't fire a guy with a 5-year contract. If anything, he'd throw the jelly in the wall and make Sheldon clean it up. That I can see.
Paul agrees with me. Lou would have fired Keith. I think Lou, after this game, I think there would have been a press conference tomorrow morning saying, I'm going back behind the bench. We're going to take over. We have relieved Sheldon Keefe. Thank you.
Yeah. And it'll be me, Scott Stevens, and Adam Oates. No, you know what? I'm telling you, I blame upper management. I swear to you, ever since that sweep the deck gala, it's been horrible. It's been horrible. You barely beat the Pittsburgh Penguins. You barely beat them. Let's be honest here. Let's evaluate it. They beat them in a skills competition on a bad Penguins team. I mean, I feel like this is a 3-game losing streak. 3-game losing. I don't even consider the game against Pittsburgh a win. Not at all. Not at all. You should have smacked them down.
Look at PC Paul. Keith's body would have been with Jimmy off.
Yeah. That's what would have been the football call. That's what would have been football call. Tonight. With Jimmy Hoffa, in the end zone.
Well, AJ here is saying that, maybe the top 6 needs to be broken up. Maybe there needs to. I think this team needs some sort of shakeup here, because the way they were playing in the first part of the season, now it's not even comparable. It's not even comparable. And you've noticed these other teams, speaking of Lou, the Islanders, they just win 7 in a row, 8 in a row?
Yeah.
They're starting to climb up. And the Devils have already been, leapfrog. I mean, Washington's way out ahead. But the Canes they're gonna get better and better. And now you got the Islanders and the Rangers and the Blue Jackets all playing better. And they all have games in hand as well. When those games start adding up to even numbers, you're going to see a little bit closer race over here. And the Devils still have not had a 4-game winning streak.
You know what they've lost, Scotty? They lost their edge. You know? They really lost their edge. You know, when they were winning all those games, they were gritty. They were nasty. They dictated the play. They weren't fancy. They just were just hard-nosed around the net. They were buzzing. And then something happened. Something happened after that Nature's acting job. And then suddenly they just seem vulnerable. They don't have that edge. They got to get back to it. Remember when Dylan was nasty all the time?
Yeah.
Even Kovacevic was nasty all the time. Cotter, you know, just nasty all the time. You know, they seem like part-time. You know, but, you know, I don't know. I just, you know, the Selected Boy says this team is soft on offense. Well, I think they need to up the beefalytics on the top six. You know, I think maybe they should put some big boys. I mean, I'm at the point right now where I would have Hughes, Bratt, and just McDermott. Just McDermott, just to clear out space to let them
like
operate.
Mogilny and Gomez and McKenzie.
Yeah,
back in the day.
Yeah,
do it.
Like,
I'm all for it.
Yeah, maybe
put
Bastion,
Big Mac in the lineup.
Bastion, Palat, and Timo Meyer. I don't know. I would totally mix it up because after all, it's a team concept. You're gonna have to win as a team. So let's stop having so much imbalance. Now, granted, Heischer's out, Markstrom's out, Siegenthaler's out, you know, but other teams are winning when they have players out.
That shouldn't cause you to not show up for the game, though.
Well, I think there's just too many distractions off ice with this team. You know, I truly believe it because we've talked about their home woes. And I'm not kidding around.
This good point by Robert. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I'll get to it after. Go ahead.
No, I'm not kidding around. That sweep the deck gala happens. I already knew it was going to be bad news. You know, I think behind the scenes, and again, I'm not behind the scenes, so I wouldn't know. But it just seems like this team is so coddled by upper management that really, like, that's where Lou came in, where he always set you straight 24/7, 365. Mm-hmm. I think these guys have nice contracts. You know, whether win or lose, they still get paid every day. I want them to feel uncomfortable. I want them to feel – I want more accountability. You know, I want to see something that really, like – I want them to stop rewarding bad behavior. Like, you have a game like that, you should be benched, some of these players. Because they should watch from the press box. But you don't really see that too often. I thought Sheldon Keefe would be more of an authoritarian a little bit. You know, I get it. Maybe he's a player's coach. I don't know if he is or not. But what I do know is status quo is unacceptable. If you want to be an elite team, you got to make adjustments. You got to find a way to win. Tonight, did they play hard? I thought they were somewhat lethargic. No urgency. That's what I felt. Now, let's compliment. Their penalty kill was awesome tonight.
Penalty kill was good.
Yeah.
Give you that.
Yeah. I mean, that was good. But too many penalties. Too many penalties. Granted, you're the refs don't help. So you gotta be more disciplined than that. You know, I mean, I'm surprised that Cotter got that penalty in the end there. But, you know, that's just the way the night went. And it seems like the sizzle of the Devils from what happened in December, I think it's just sizzled out.
And Robert Isaacson brings up a good point. Beginning of the year, like you were saying, there was so much grit on this team. The Devils were one of the top teams in fighting majors.
Yeah.
Now they're not even top 5. They're not even close anymore. They've completely just stopped with that. And I think, I know it's, there's no need to like goon it up or anything like that. But for me personally, I feel like teams have been taking advantage of them again. In the beginning of the year, I feel like teams were always looking over their shoulder.
Yeah.
With McDermott in the lineup, but Brendan Dillon, Kovacevic, Cotter, Halla before he got hurt. Like, these guys were lining people up and laying them out. And we've seen the hit totals go down. But yeah, I mean, the fighting, doesn't have to happen all the time. But man, could we have used Big Mac in the lineup tonight to maybe go out there and try to spark this team with something after going down 2-0 in the second? Like, maybe a lifeless team gets up for a fight? Because when they were dropping the gloves, they were playing harder all around.
Yeah. AJ Visco, I got to answer AJ. I thought we weren't doing moral victories, Sam. No, we don't do moral victories here. I was just trying to get to a starting point of, just a starting point and trying to get this team back on track. At least a penalty kill was fantastic. At least that's the starting point, because you need to have a good penalty kill in the playoffs. And they did that. So that's something to build on. But right now, they got one more game in Montreal, playing a struggling Montreal Canadiens right now. They should win that game. But then they go on a break, 2 weeks. They can hit the hard reset button, get guys rested. But when they come back out, it's going to be a sprint. And I'm going to call it right now. The Devils may be in trouble if they don't get it together by the end of February. Because...
well, they're in trouble, man. I can tell you that right now. They're in trouble.
Because somehow the Columbus Blue Jackets is coming out of nowhere, and other teams are coming out of nowhere to get some spots. So we'll see. We'll see. But at one point, the Devils were tied for the most points in the league earlier in the year, but they have been a subpar 500 team.
Yeah, absolutely. And Robin, I'm right there with you, man. The fights and the nastiness, physicality, yeah. I mean, Jay Snow, you may not be down with that, and that's fine. But, yeah, I'd rather have other teams looking over their shoulder all the time, wondering if Big Mac, Brendan Dillon, Paul Cotter, Kovacevic, Siegenthaler, wondering if they're going to get laid out. Because when you're looking like that, you're going to make mistakes.
Yep.
And that's when the Devils can take advantage of it.
Well, you remember
now you just don't see it. You just don't see it. So I don't know. Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I'm just saying that you look at I remember when the Florida Panthers, when they were down against the Devils, who's coming in to start crap? It's Matthew Tkachuk. He'll lay a big hit. All eyes are on him. Try to shake it up, get his team going. The Devils don't really have that. That's why Beer Baron and I, actually it was originally me, now Beer Baron's taken over the Brady Tkachuk train. It's not just Brady Tkachuk, but I think what we really want is that artificial infuriator.
Yeah.
A spark plug, a spark. Yeah. And I just don't think they have that type of player where when things are down, somebody can light a match and blow the place up. They just don't have that type of dynamic player. Back in the mid-'90s, they had Claude Lemieux. In 2000, they brought Claude Lemieux to do that again. In 2003, that was a concerted team effort, but they had that. They had that type of player to hold themselves accountable and also to spark the team, play with tremendous amount of energy. They're just not playing with energy.
Grant Marshall.
Unmotivated hockey. That's what it is right now.
After that, it was, David Clarkson kind of stepped into that role.
Yep.
There's, say what you want. I mean, no JT Miller. No. But
you could get
you can, how you also win board battles? If the other team is worried that they're going to get crunched and they're looking over their shoulder instead of looking at the puck. That was there in the beginning of the season, like Robert was talking about. Teams were afraid to be out there on the ice against us because we were laying people out. And we weren't afraid to drop the gloves.
I'll tell you
now,
right now.
This team is mellow yellowed, basically. It seems like you're just coasting. There's no spark and there's no killer instinct in this team right now. And that can't all fall on Nico Hischier. He can't do everything himself. He takes like every face-off. We've seen without him, our face-offs are terrible. Today, actually, we won the battle with Vegas. I will say that. Haula coming back definitely improves it, but without Nico, you see the big drop, especially on special teams. He was taking every defensive zone face-off to start those penalty kills. He's leading the team in goals. He's out there drawing. I don't know where he is now because he's been injured, but at one point before he was injured, he drew the most penalties in the league. Putting this team onto the power play. Then he'd probably winning a face-off in the offensive zone. Nico is very, very important, but he can't do everything on his own. And having that toughness also provides protection for Nico Hischier. I don't care. Big Mac plays 6-7 minutes a night. If you run our captain, guess who's coming out on the ice? And you're going to have to pay the price for that. People will think twice. Are we getting that much production out of Nate Bastian or Thomas Tatar? No. Now that Jack Hughes and Jesper Bratt kill penalties, the hell is Bastian doing?
Dead weight?
I mean, he's a big body that doesn't hit a lot of people, and he doesn't fight.
And he
so
gets his jaw bashed in,
What's he doing? Put Big Mac in there then. Doesn't have to be every game, but man, I don't know. That's just me personally. You can disagree, and that's totally fine. We're all allowed to have different opinions.
Scotty, I'm going to tell you right now, they got to make a trade for Braden Shen. They need a big guy up there. That's your third line center right there. Defensively, physical. He can drop the gloves. Leader on and off the ice. That's what they need right now.
That would be a good spark plug right there.
That would be
that would be a good one.
On trade deadline, that would be a good trade.
That would be a good one. We talked about Ryan O'Reilly as well.
Yeah,
Shen. That's that type of person like that. That will do those things. I mean, that's what this team needed. That's what this team needs. And I feel like that's what they're missing right now.
And on top of that, once you bring in players like that, I mean, it's a whole combination thing. There's no magic bullet here to get this team back on the right track. But Sheldon Keefe needs a couple more horses where he can start holding players accountable and start benching them.
Brooke is asking to be put on the fourth line over here. All right, Brooke the Basher. She's gonna go in there. She's gonna knock some heads, lay them out. I love it.
and then have therapy sessions after the game.
And then yeah.
Yeah, sports performance therapy sessions. Get these pansies to actually like fight.
Are you mad because you got laid out by a girl? That's okay. That's
Yeah.
okay. It happens when you face Brooke the Basher. I'm sorry.
Yeah. No, my luck, it's going to be Girl Scouts night when her debut, and I can't even go to that game.
Oh man. Yeah, Jason, that fourth line is not really done anything at all. And that's another guy, Curtis
You're
Lazar.
you're supposed to bring the energy. You're supposed to bring the ruckus.
Lazar really hasn't done that. He's a good guy. I felt like he was doing it before, but it just doesn't seem to be there right now.
The fourth line should be really for Sheldon Keefe. What have you done for me lately? If you're going to play well, you're going to be on the fourth line. You know, the guys that are on the bottom six, and right now it's not working. It's not working. There's no energy. It's a low-energy fourth line. The Devils need to roll four lines. They need to wear down their opponents. They need to antagonize them. They're being hunted
Agreed.
right now.
Agreed. And someone mentioned Stefan Nason. I think that was Steven. Yeah, he's another one too. You know? I still see his fire and his intensity, but it's not what it was there at the beginning of the season. Well, I say he is as bad as some others? No. I think he still brings energy. But Nason right now is also playing above where I think we were going to be expecting him to play. I think we all figured he was going to be on the third line.
I would have been happy with 10 goals from Nason this year.
Oh, yeah.
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 He's exceeded that.
Yeah, no, he's exceeded it. I really don't. I should take it back. I really don't have a problem with Stefan Nason, at all, because he kind of got into a little bit today. He did have that beautiful setup, as well behind the net to Palat at the end of the game. And I know we all have our issues with Palat. Yeah, I mean, you flip out someone like Palat with Shen, you know, like maybe you just see what the potential of difference is there with the emotion that they can bring to this game and the adrenaline to fire the team up. They just seem so passive right now. And like I said, at the beginning of the year, man, Brendan Dillon was dropping his glove, Kovacevic, Big Mac. They're all getting in. And Stefan Nason, you know, dropped the gloves a couple times too. But that's all like seems to have stopped. And like I said, you don't have to goon it up, but when teams are worried about that on the ice, it makes a difference. I don't know. I was just very disappointed with this game.
You know, the crowd wanted to get into it.
Oh, yeah. I mean, the boos could be heard. That's not what they were expecting. I mean, I don't know if it was Dano or Bryce who said it. It's like, this is your second to last game before a big break. What are you saving? You know, leave it all out there on the ice. And you got 2 weeks off. You know, like, let's go.
Well, we'll be back on Saturday.
We'll be back on Saturday. And yes, sir, I will say, Palat has played better in the last, month and a half, I would say.
Yes.
He's definitely played a lot better, yeah. But we're talking just about those spark plug players like that. Like, I don't know if Palat's like that spark plug type guy.
I think he's a support guy, not a spark
Yeah.
guy. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, you need somebody, again, that can change the momentum with some shenanigans. You know, with a big hit, a scrum up front, you know, just to get the crowd going as well. I mean, the crowd just wanted to just explode, but they really couldn't, you know.
Yeah.
And it was such a buzzkill when that second goal was called back, and rightfully so. It was definitely a high stick.
It was a high stick, yeah.
Yeah. So, but.
And yeah, sir, they cheered the 4-minute penalty kill, but that was in like the first 5 minutes of the game. After that, there was just nothing else going on for the team.
Just went downhill there.
Except for Jake Allen. Like I
Yeah.
said, if it wasn't for Jake Allen, this game would have been a friggin' blowout. That's why you look at the score, you're like 3-1, that's it? Seemed like it would have been much more. That's because Jake Allen made a number of really high-quality saves. Still has problems with his rebounds, but, not perfect. But still. This Devils team with Jesper Bratt, with Timo Meier, with Jack, one goal. Come on, guys.
Yeah.
Let's go. Let's get it together, boys. So yeah, they gotta work on something. I don't know what it is. I have the fear that they're starting to tune out Sheldon Keefe Richards. But they gotta figure out how to be consistent. And they got a nice little break coming up here, but they still got one more game left in Montreal. So let's not save anything, fellas. Let's leave it all out there on the ice right here, and let's try to get a W before going into this Four Nations break. Remember when we said win 5 out of 6?
Yeah.
Oh, good times, good times. I'm just hoping to at least get a point in Montreal. All right, that's just at least a point in Montreal. All right, Sam Wu, let's wrap this bad boy up.
Alrighty. Well,
Unless you got anything else you wanted to add.
Nah. If the Devils don't give effort, I won't give effort.
Selecta says, wake me when the offense decides to give a shite.
Alrighty. Well, we're going to rebound. Want to thank all those tuning in to this podcast, dropping the podcast at midnight.
Hit up Brooke Amanda for your therapy if you need any, okay?
Yeah, definitely. And also, we will be at Wayne L House February 15th from 1 to 3 p.m. Brian Rafalski's signing. We'll have the details, more details on Saturday. But we will be interviewing Brian Rafalski, apparently.
Very cool.
Former New Jersey Devil, Stanley Cup champion. It's going to be great. Definitely going to be great.
Absolutely.
All righty. We're going to get out of here. Feel better. Just erase that from your memory banks tomorrow.
Men in Black.
Yes. All righty. Well, we'll see you later. Till next time, let's go Devils.